it be nice if you could share your thoughts and feelings with others, but do it anonymously? Ooh. There is such a place. It's an online resource where it's a website where you can share your dreams, concerns, political views, and goals. And joining us is the founder and chief experience officer of the Experience Project, Armin Berjerkli. Hi, Armin.
Welcome to the show.
Hi,
Okay. Tell us about this Experience Project. What is it?
Definitely. It's my favorite topic to talk about. The Experience Project is a large and thriving community online. It's based around people sharing their experiences anonymously. We've actually gathered now well over 2.1 million life experiences. Wow. It runs the gamut all the way from I'm battling cancer to my son is off to the military, all the way to I love wine, which I know is a great topic as well. So people can be themselves, whatever it is that they feel defines themselves, and they can use that essentially to connect with others that get it.
What made you decide to start a website?
It actually is a case where it was a personal need that led into a very large opportunity. I had a very good friend of mine who was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis many years ago, about 5 years ago, and that's a disease that primarily strikes young women. About 300,000 Americans are affected. It's fairly common. It's a disease marked by unpredictability and progressive disability. So you could be in a wheelchair in a week, or you could be fine for 40 years. It's really up to you, or unknown. And so that feeling of despair or not knowing is something that's not unique just to MS. And so I created a website around that particular topic, and people got together. I was disseminating information on it, but really the value turned out to be people with MS getting together and saying, I'm a patient, I'm a caregiver, I'm a loved one. We all get each other in this virtual environment. I could take this mask off and stop pretending. And so it grew out from there.
Wow, so it provides a lot of support, basically support from people who are relating to you and that you might not get, right?
But then it kind of spiraled into a whole lot of different other topics. Now people have got to love the anonymity of it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to say, but not to your face.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Lisa. So what kind of topics, anything that struck you or left, a memorable impression?
Sure.
Any stories?
Certainly, and I think the point that you just made was a fantastic one. No one's defined by any one experience, right? And so focusing just on MS was a bit of a limitation, because everyone goes through something that's similar to that. So we basically opened it up, let people share what they need to share. We have some amazing groups. I think the one that strikes me the most, actually, and demonstrates the site's full strength is one where people lack intimacy in their marriage. And this is a huge group, unfortunately larger than anyone would like to see. But it's something that you're not going to be able to talk about on your blog, on Facebook, on MySpace, oftentimes not even with your family or friends, right? And so this is a great environment where you can talk in a gender-balanced environment, get different perspectives, and move forward. And also, it's not just that you lack intimacy, it's often for other cofactors, right? You may have kids, you may have a health issue, and those things need to come out. And so on our site, all those experiences are valid and bring people together.
And sometimes it's nice, like, sometimes you just want to vent. I mean, like, sometimes you want to get some advice, but sometimes you don't, you just want to spew it out and then let it go and walk away from it. So it's nice to be able to do that anonymously.
Well, it's also good to feel like you're not alone. If you're going through something very personal in your love life or your sex life or with your family, you don't want to feel like you're the only one. Now, any of these people end up contacting each other or, revealing their identities? I know you don't have to, right? Or you're required. Or
so it's totally for your website, and the one requirement that we place on people is don't use your real name anywhere public. Google has an infinite memory, and you don't want to feel constrained, right? At the same time, people can connect, and that's the whole purpose of the site, to bring people together. And so just in the last 3 weeks, we had our first marriage.
That's great. Two people met on your website.
2 people met on the site. In fact, in the I Love Disney group, of all things, which I thought was kind of apropos, given what just happened. So they met, and they got to know each other with all the cards on the table. So could you imagine entering a marriage with sort of everything being out there? And what was also really neat is that almost everyone in the audience of their marriage was other members of the site or were other members of the site. So strangers turning into very intimate friends is something that we've been able to replicate all across.
Well, you think in this age with all this technology that people are actually getting further and further apart, but this is a really nice story, being able to bring people together.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's very nice. And it can apply, these stories online can apply to real life. You can use it for your, real life every day.
Absolutely. And that's a really big deal, actually, for us as a company, is we didn't want to create a virtual environment or an escape from reality. This is you being you and actually taking what you learn from the site, realizing that you're not alone no matter what you've gone through, and be able to apply that in the physical world. 91% of our members say that the site's had a positive impact in their real lives. So it kind of blows us away, and it's the best thing to work on in the world.
Armin, that sounds great. Thanks for the information. Is it theexperienceproject.com?
It's actually www.experienceproject.com.
We'll make sure to put it on our website, too.
Armin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing those stories, too. Thank you.